like flying it, like bro, that's gonna still. Oh, Superman, like that shit's coming out. Like the kids.
Companion was rom-com thriller. This is rom-com like buckets of fucking blood. I'm
You come
saying
out
that
talking
could
about like
give you
the feminist themes
neo-feminism.
and
Yeah.
like, bro,
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Frame. Today we'll be talking about the first 2 episodes of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, talking all things spoilers for Companion, my initial reaction to Hard Eyes, and the upcoming Super Bowl trailers and more. So let's get into it. So, starting it off with your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, we got the first 2 episodes on Disney Plus. Brantley and I do hope to cover every single week of this show coming out. So, for starters, first 2 episodes, Brantley, without giving any spoilers away
yeah.
just yet, what did you think about this show?
So far, I'm digging it, bro. Like, this is someone that came from being a big fan of Spectacular Spider-Man. I remember when Ultimate came out. I mean, I was pretty young. We were both pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of iffy on Ultimate as a kid. I really haven't went back to it ever since then. But this new cartoon, I remember when they first announced it, like, probably, like 3 years ago now?
Yeah,
Like,
3-4 years ago at this point.
I was a geek. I was excited. I was okay. It's like, because they were explaining what is it supposed to be like, this, like, not connected to the MCU, like Elseworld kind of thing. I was okay. This is cool. Like, it's interesting.
Originally it was gonna be an MCU origin story for Peter Parker, and then they revealed the
you're right.
Osborn thing, and then they were like, okay, it's a multiversal thing.
Yeah. Once it got like detached from the MCU, like that's when I was like, okay, this is interesting. Like, I like this.
Yeah.
And then we got like this stuff about Norman. I was like, okay, this is cool. And then they kind of went dark for like I feel like a year or two, and they kind of popped up stuff about it. Like, I thought it was canceled at so many points. I'm like, this isn't happening anymore. And now we're here and it's out. I really like this so far. I think it's taking a lot of interesting, like, I think deviations from like what we would expect, and I think it all works though. I think it fits like a 2025 Spider-Man show. Like, I think that like it just everything that all the changes that they made, I think works really well. I'm excited to see kind of where they go with it.
They've like modernized it into a version of an adaptation that we haven't necessarily seen yet, and it does deviate from like comic characters we do know and love, but in like in an interesting way. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I think the lizard character is the definition of that. Of like, it's just a small random ass change that like you don't really notice unless you're a big comic fan, but it's just like it's kind of there, and it makes you just, I want to talk about this comment.
Kind of. No, I'm playing. But
I want to talk about the comment that the actor made right away. I think that's something we have to mention. And I think it's really, really interesting because, so if you guys don't know, the guy that, I think his name is Hudson Thames or something along those lines, guy that plays voice of Spider-Man here, said that he was glad that this show wasn't woke, etc., etc. Woke is the main thing that he said. A Spider-Man actor said that Spider-Man is not woke. I find that so, I feel like that had to be satire because almost every single character in this show is like race swapped or
it's like
deviated character
like
from a
woke. Like, the whole show is like woke. It's insane. Like, why did he say that? Like,
that makes absolutely no sense. Like, because all of like, okay, but that's the thing is they're not, I guess, one for one race swapping characters because they're making brand new characters, but it's the same idea as race swapping. So I don't know, Brantley. I guess after watching the show, what do you view of his comments? You know what I mean? Like, I'm more flabbergasted than anything because I'm like, this makes no sense.
Because for him to say that, I'm like, bro, like, did bro watch like the same show? Like, does he know what we're seeing? Like,
he voiced his lines and left. He did not come to the premiere. He did not do anything. Like,
I'm like, bro, they must not explain anything too, bro. But yeah, I think this show is very like stereotypically like what I think conservative would say is like a woke show. Like,
100%.
These characters, like, it's very like diverse, but it's like realistically like diverse. I feel like it's, I don't know, everything makes sense. And like what they changed, I think they put things in a very like interesting direction, especially with the character like of Lonnie. I think he's like one of my favorites so far from the episodes. I think I like what they did with him a lot, like what they showed kind of through his like side of things, and just like the show, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like preachy. It just feels like very just modern. Like, I feel like if like Peter Parker was like like, you know, in like our time right now, like in high school, like these would be the conversations that were happening. Like the idea of him working for Norman, like, oh, Norman's like this evil, unethical billionaire. Like, and I was like that was an interesting conversation when I like heard like that in the show. Cause I was like, okay, like this feels like realistic to what would happen like now. Like if my friend got an internship with like a unethical billionaire, I'll probably tell them the same thing. Like, yo, like this guy's kind of crazy. So like it feels 100%. Like just very modern.
I think it's because they aim to explore every crack of every character rather than just give you like 3 generalizations. You know what I mean? Like it does feel like in 2 30-minute episodes we are taking it slow story-wise. You know what I mean? It feels like Spectacular Spider-Man. You know what I mean? It does feel like especially episode 2 to me felt very much like Spectacular Spider-Man, where we had that the firefight scene, which we'll talk about the action in a second, but that looked great. Episode 1 had so much action, by the way, which is crazy. It was like 3 action sequences total, and it worked really well. But episode 2 specifically, it was kind of, it felt like, and this is a positive thing, they were checking the boxes of what Spectacular Spider-Man was doing. You know what I mean? Like give Peter a conflict at school, give him a conflict at work, give him character conflicts, have him in high school, but also in his internship, and then give us a couple classic Spider-Man swinging and fight sequences. So, do you have anything else to say before we get into spoilers? Because I definitely want to dive into the ending of episode 2 and then talk about generally what we obviously think of these character revelations.
I don't know. I guess non-spoiler thing. I think check it out. Like if you're a Spider-Man fan, I think you'll like 100%. This. I think it's very true to the character, and I think they're setting up some very like interesting situations that they can play with going forward.
100% agree. If you guys haven't seen the episodes yet and don't want anything spoiled, you can skip to the timestamp in the description down below to get to our companion review. But for starters, obviously, I think the biggest spoiler thing to talk about is at the end of episode 2, Osborn finds out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So, Brantley, you said that you had got this spoiled for you ahead of time. I didn't necessarily get it spoiled for me, but in my head, the entire idea was that in the first episode, Osborn, when he was in like May's house and he met Parker and stuff, I thought this shit was going to be a 1-for-1 recreation of the Tony Stark Civil War scene where he calls him Spider-Man. Because even in that one, dude, by the way, they opened the show exactly how they open his introduction with the Queens thing, same exact font, same push in wide on Queens, New York, like they do in Civil War. I thought that is exactly what we were getting. They took a different route, but I think it works. And I don't know. I guess theories wise, do you think Osborn is going to play like a Tony Stark role or a normal like Norman Osborn role?
That's interesting because it's hard to really tell with like where the show is going. Because I know
he proposes it in an evil way. He like you know what I mean. When he turns the monitor, it's like you're Spider-Man. I'm gonna get you. You know what I mean? Like,
but it could be also like a subversion too. Maybe like just kind of throw us off a little bit. I think it could be a situation where like maybe Norman starts to kind of use Peter, and maybe like at first it's like, oh, it's like for seemingly like good things, and then eventually Peter's like, oh, like he's used me for like something that's kind of like messed up, like some like ulterior motives are not good, and maybe that's kind of when we get like a conflict between the two of them. But I don't know necessarily he'll start off like just inherently like being like evil towards Peter just because he knows he's Spider-Man. But I don't know. I'm interested. Also, we didn't see Harry in episode 2. We saw him in 1. I don't think he was in 2. So it's like I wonder like how they're gonna incorporate Harry into all this as well, or when he's gonna kind of come into play, and where they're gonna go. That because obviously one thing I do like with how they're taking different directions, it's like I really don't know like what's off limits for them to change. Because honestly, they could go in so many different routes with like this show. Like I don't know where this could go.
So I don't know if you know this, but they basically made season 2 while they were making season 1, and season 3 has already been greenlit. So
I knew season 3 was greenlit, and I assumed that means like 2, I guess, is probably mostly done. But
it's mostly done.
That's crazy.
It does seem like, just off of assumption of how these things work with Invincible and stuff like that, I don't think we're getting a near full story this season. So far, I think what was the character that you mentioned? What was his name? Lonnie?
Yeah, Lonnie.
Yeah, Lonnie. I think the fact that like his character actually befriends Peter works really, really well. I thought they were gonna go like the bully route. I thought it was like classic.
I thought it was gonna be like insert for Flash. Yeah, Flash Thompson.
Yeah, I thought that's what the way they were gonna go, and I really liked the deviation of that. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I think the whole thing with like the girl that he likes that used to be his babysitter. Yeah, that's we've never seen that before as with Spider-Man stuff, and that's the thing is, I can't believe I'm gassing this shit, man. I'm not gonna lie. I really did not want to like this. I did not want to like this. I really, really like that it is a completely new thing. It is not trying. I mean, like I said, like it takes beats from like I guess the episode structure of Spectacular Spider-Man, but I don't really mind that when it's trying something completely different character-wise. It is also trying something very different animation-wise, and there's honestly only one moment in the entirety of the first 2 episodes. So one moment in the entire hour of TV that we just watched that I actually liked the animation. That was the Doctor Strange fight. Other than that, I didn't really like it at all. I texted you when I was like halfway through the first episode that it was growing on me, but it doesn't. They don't use the comic booky things enough to make up for it. You know what I mean?
That's understandable. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it did grow me in these episodes. I think it does look wonky at times. Like, I don't know. I think for action, I think it looks good. I think when it's like casual moments, it looks a little weird. Like, I remember there's a part where like Peter's getting something out of his backpack. It just looks like very like stiff and like odd. Like, I feel like the slower moments it looks odd, but in action, I think it works really well.
Everything looks like a weird dolly zoom.
Yeah, it just feels like kind of off-putting sometimes, like in a
weird
way. The
perspective is really weird because it all looks like a 3D. It all looks like you know when you're like scrolling through like house models on Zillow. It all looks like that. Like it's just really off. Any thoughts to wrap it up before we talk companion spoilers?
I don't think so, man. I think I am excited. I'm not gonna lie, like, but also Spider-Man, he's one of the goats, bro. So I think like just for me, I was watching, I was damn,
it's just we just got Spider-Man back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, bro, like he's the goat. Like, just the little moments is just like I think they execute the little moments really well.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Let us know if you've seen the episodes. Let us know what you guys thought of them in the comments. But moving on to our new movie of this week, we had 2 films come out, actually. We had Dogman and Companion. If you want to check out my full review for Dogman, it is linked up above or in the description down below. We're not going to talk about that here because we have another movie after this to get to. But for starters, Companion. We are going to dive straight into spoilers.
It's impossible.
I did a very meticulously detailed and edited spoiler-free review.
I gotta go watch the video now. I haven't seen it. Yeah, no. Like, how did you talk about this movie at all without?
It was insane. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Somehow avoided all spoilers. Like, I got 2 comments on the video that were like, "Thank you so much for saying no spoilers at all." And I was like, I cannot believe I did this. You know what I mean? So, full spoiler-free thoughts are on the channel. Let's dive into spoilers. Yeah, no. It was practically impossible. I had to edit around literally everything. It was so bad.
That's hilarious.
But skip to the timestamps in the description down below if you want 0 spoilers at all whatsoever. But for starters, Brantley, I guess, what did you think about this twist that was like hyped up from not only like critics and people that have seen it, but also just like everyone was like, "Holy shit! Don't watch the second trailer." You know what I mean? Like,
no, I was ducking it, bro. I was ducking it. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, it caught me so like off guard. I wasn't thinking it was gonna have any like that was not when I was honestly because I saw one comparison, people compared it to like Barbarian. So I was thinking how like Barbarian kind of played with like like gender roles and like that, like kind of what we perceive things to be. I thought it would kind of be like that, which movie is kind of like that to some degree. But I thought it'd be like, oh, like maybe like she like she's gonna kill him, but like. It's just like, oh, he's gonna give her like a valid reason to, which he does. But I didn't think the whole like robot. I didn't think anything that like out there was gonna play a part. Like, I'm like, yo, like that was insane. And I love how they like built up to it like too, because like the scene where like they're in bed and he tells her to go to sleep. You're not thinking much of that shit. And then the whole time he's like shutting her down. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like that was insane to me.
And I thought the way that they built up like we didn't find out about the whole robot thing until after she already killed the guy.
Yeah,
because remember, like the whole time we're like, okay, I obviously knew like he planted the knife in her pocket. Like we all knew that from the beginning. But the fact that she went ahead and killed him, and then we found out that she was a robot, like it's all executed so perfectly. My only problem with this film, and I have a lot of things I love, so I just want to get this like one slight negative out of the way. I think it struggles with not having a structure. Like, there is no structure in this movie of, like, 3-act structure. There's no building up to a climax. It is just events that keep on happening and happening and happening. I guess my question for you is, did you notice that, or was that a problem for you? Because to me, like, it was blatantly like, okay, we are not building up to anything specifically. It's just shit happening.
Yeah, I will say, I guess I noticed it to some degree. I noticed the movie it does feel kind of like loose in a sense where it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, people have motivations, but it's like, it's not really like a cat and mouse thing going on. It
It's more so
somewhat is, but
actions just
yeah,
happening.
it doesn't like last that long, the whole kind of cat and mouse dynamic, because like, you know, but I like what was happening on the screen, but I do agree, I do feel like it does feel a little just bit like, oh, this is like kind of just stuff playing out, but like, it's no
Mhm.
like clear, like, I guess like direction fully. Like, but honestly, I didn't mind that because it felt almost like a back and forth. Like, I don't know. I like the idea of like, oh, like she would kind of gain an advantage, then he would gain an advantage, and then like it kind of was like just like a back and forth thing of like I don't know who's gonna like, you know, win and miss it like scenario. And I thought
Yeah.
that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think the chase aspect of it works. My only thing is, I wouldn't mind little to no structure, but I think since there's so many other characters and characters that we care about for that matter. Like, I was invested in the gay couple, the lady
Yeah.
that was the sugar daddy girl. You know what I mean? Like, I was invested in all of these different things.
I think after like the twist, I think with this premise, I do think like with this director and stuff like that, I think the movie goes about the premise like it's a fun film. But I think it does go about some things in the kind of very like cliche kind of way. Like I feel like
Mhm.
you if you put this concept in a different person's hands, it could get a little bit wackier, a little bit more out there, a little bit more kind of crazy, and I think maybe a bit more interesting. But like for what it is, I did enjoy like what we got. I think like I don't know, I enjoyed it a lot. I think it was a very fun movie, but I do think like with the concept, I think some aspects of it were kind of like a little, I guess, underutilized or wasted.
It feels like an amazing twist in the most basic movie ever. Like, there's like, and that's, I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing though, is like whoever came up with this idea, and that's not just the one twist. I'm saying like all of them, like with the blonde guy being the robot. Like when he told him to sleep, I was like, holy shit! Like, we are actually
Yeah,
cooking
I was
here.
like, yo, I was
That
like,
shit was
okay.
insane. And like, as it keeps on going, it becomes more and more interesting. But then when I look back on it, I'm like, this is all very basic stuff. It is just like these two or three twists that really elevate the whole thing. Character writing is not that great. The situation is really not that interesting when you take out these pretty phenomenal performances all around, in my opinion. I will say my favorite thing about this film, though, is the way that it studies gender dynamics. It is completely different than anything
Yeah.
we have ever seen, in my opinion. I don't really know what to compare it to, but I mean, since we're talking, this was the hardest thing not to say in my spoiler-free video, by the way, because the fact that they are studying it in this, like, it's not a modern thing, but it's not like super future. It's like a weird middle ground between, like, it is futuristic, but it's still, everything still takes place in like our time. You know
I
what
mean,
I
I
mean?
don't
It
know. To
doesn't
me, it
feel
felt like
like,
a real like near future like I don't know
yeah, yeah,
setting
yeah,
because even like the
hundred
sheriff having
percent,
a freaking like electric car and stuff like I mean, it
yeah.
felt like we're not too far off from this being like a reality. Yeah, no, I think overall like for me this is a very fun time. I think like it's something I think you could go with friends. Like it's a cool theater experience. It's just like is it super memorable? I'm not sure. I don't think I probably will like. It's not gonna be on any end of the year list like for me personally, but I think it is a
Yeah,
very fun time. Like what's it, Sophie Thatcher? I think her performance was really really good, super
amazing.
super strong. I mean, one movie I
Jack
kept
Wade was
comparing.
good
Yeah, Jack Quaid was cool. I don't know. I couldn't really fully buy into him like as like
because we've
this.
seen him in The Boys,
That's I
bro. We
think
just see him
like
as
he's a
Huey,
little
bro.
innocent Huey, bro.
He's
Like
just
I'm like
Huey, bro.
I couldn't take him fully serious, but like overall, I thought his performance was pretty good. I think one movie for me, I kept comparing to like this. I don't know. It was a little bit of like I know the Barbarian comparison, but also Strange Darling for me too. I feel like that's a movie I kept thinking back to. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, these
yeah,
movies are
yeah,
kind of similar in like some aspects, like especially that moment with like the sheriff. I was like, okay, this kind of does
yeah,
give like Strange Darling a little bit. I think it's interesting. I did like a lot what they did with Patrick with the blonde robot. Like I thought that
yeah,
was cool. Like he was like the freaking cop from like Terminator 2 and stuff at the end. Like,
yeah.
that's cool as fuck. I was like, I don't know. I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, overall, I think it's like something that like I enjoyed a lot for what it is. But yeah, I would do think like looking like now I just like watched it like literally like
Yeah, a couple
2 hours
hours ago.
ago. But like I think just now like I'm kind of off the high a little bit. I do see like it is just something I think like I would throw on if I like had somebody over or something like that, like a party. Like it's a fun movie to watch with people, but like aside from that, I don't think it's something I'm gonna like really like remember for a long time.
Yeah. I also did want to quickly mention before we give our final scores for Companion and then get into Hard Eyes. I think visually there was so much more they could have done with like this idea and this concept. But then I also found out that this is a directorial debut.
Oh, which wow.
That's crazy. Like that is insane.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
For debut, I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty good directorial debut. I don't know what this guy has done, by the way, to get a directorial debut starring Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid at Warner Brothers. That's a little crazy, but whoever he paid off, bro, he did a good job. Because for a directorial debut, this is good stuff. This is great stuff.
And the way it bounces tones, I think, is really good too. Like it's a pretty funny movie, but it's serious. It's like I don't know, it bounces tones really well, and I just think that's what I think it makes it such like an enjoyable movie. I think it's like I don't know, my ideal like kind of popcorn flick is like this to some degree. It's just like it's light, but it still has like themes that are kind of heavy that you like. It's a perfect balance. Like I left the theater like thinking about it, but like I was at the same time I was having fun with it at the same time. It kept me thinking, but
yeah,
you
can dig into it if you want. You don't have to enjoy it 100%.
Exactly.
Final scores for Companion. Brantley, what are you thinking?
Oh man, because really I haven't put this on my Letterboxd shit. This is like my first time actually thinking about like what I would give this. It's hard. 'Cause I'm in between. Like if I could give it like a 3.75, I would. Like about in between like a 4, like 4 out of 5, and a 3.5. Like
I will say, I lowered my score after watching Hard Eyes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Damn. I think. Well, it's close to a 4 out of 5 for me, but I think 3.5. I think just 3.5. I would get 3.5 out of 5.
All right. Yeah. Brown's going 3.5 out of 5. Would you give it a 7.5 though, if you could? Like just.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think it's like it's almost at like an 8 out of 10 like level. It's almost there. Like.
Man. Yeah. For me, so originally I had this at like a 4 out of 5. And then I saw Hard Eyes today, and I'll be talking about Hard Eyes in just a second here, completely spoiler free. But I'm going to settle at a 3.5 out of 5 for this, like a solid 7 out of 10 movie. You put this on, it's fun, it's exciting for the moment, but after that, it is your perfectly average theater. It's a C. You know what I mean? It's just a C grade movie.
It hurts. I feel like it's higher than a C. Like I don't know, bro. Like
I think it completely does exactly what it sets out to do. And that to me is the best. Like
that's true.
That is exactly what you want from this type of movie. It is a average movie.
So yeah, like I do agree, but I did have so much fun. It's like dang, bro. Like it's like I had fun, but like look at it, I'm like dang, I probably like it's like a one night stand movie, bro. Like I'm not going back to this, bro. But it was cool, bro.
Okay. Yeah, no, like, I agree. That was a crazy comparison, but facts. Now getting into Hard Eyes though, I'm glad we were talking about Companion and Hard Eyes back to back. So I just got to watching Hard Eyes, and Brentley hasn't seen it yet, so I don't want to give any spoilers or anything like that. But I really had a fun time with this. Brentley, have you seen Thanksgiving?
I haven't, but I know it's on Netflix. I've been trying to watch it for a minute, but I haven't got to.
So like, it's kind of like that to me. If you've seen Thanksgiving, you know, kind of like Terrifier, like the Christmassy. You know what I mean? Like. It is just a seasonal slasher film, right? And I think it completely works for what it's trying to do. I think the leads are absolutely amazing. Olivia Holt. By the way, I knew nothing about this movie going in, other than it was a movie where a killer just kills couples. That's all I knew. Olivia Holt is in this movie, like OG Disney Channel bad Olivia Holt, and then Mason Gooding from the Scream films is in this as well. So they're like the lead, like the couple that's together. They are so amazing together. So much charisma, so much chemistry.
Dude,
I don't know if it was the writing. I don't know if Mason Gooding's just a new Literally Me character or what the fuck is going on. But this was so much fun. My theater was ecstatic the whole time. I only have one flaw with Hard Eyes, and it is that I thought this movie ended about 3 separate times. Like they are literally playing like outro music ready for the credits to roll, and then it keeps going. And it happens like 2 or 3 times, and that was kind of annoying. But and also it's a little too meta for me. Like they do like so like in the you haven't seen The Fall Guy, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so in The Fall Guy, it's a movie about making movies. Yeah. So they quote a lot of movies. That's just what they do. They do the same thing in Babylon to an extent. Like, they mention films that we all know and stuff like that at the end. But, like, it makes sense in those movies because they're films about filmmaking. In Hard Eyes, they are literally just saying, like, the name of a bunch of romance movies. Like within the dialogue. But the thing is, they're aware of it. So they are self-aware of it. It's not like they're trying to take themselves too seriously. And the audience got that information. But I was like, this doesn't fit here. This isn't what we're trying to do. That doesn't feel right in this moment. But other than that, it's so fun. The opening sequence is fucking brutal. The gore is off the charts, bro. It's so fun. It's so exciting. And it still has that heart to it. You know what I mean? It is the perfect... People say rom-com. Talk about rom-com slasher, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like Companion was rom-com thriller. This is rom-com, like, buckets of fucking blood. This is the... In my opinion, if we're talking date night movie...
I was gonna ask, what do you take it? Like, I think the people need the decision. Like, let's like.
I'm taking her to Hard Eyes. That's
her to Hard Eyes over Companion.
I'm taking her to Hard Eyes. I think Hard Eyes is just more of a fun time. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely, because Companion's fun, and again, this is, I can't believe movie critic Aryan is saying this, but like, Companion makes you think a little too much for a Valentine's date movie.
That's true. Hard Eyes, but that can also earn some points, though, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. That could give you
the feminism, and, like, bro, I would never control you like that.
Oh my! Hard Eyes is just way more fun. At least just was more fun for me. But that wraps up most of my thoughts on Hard Eyes. I have my full review up on the channel at this point, so it comes out this upcoming week. We'll get Brantley's thoughts on the film next week, along with, obviously, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man episodes 3 and 4, and
Olivia Holt resurgence is crazy in 2025.
Oh, I know. This is amazing.
Work, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. She popped up, and I was like, "What is going on?" I've not seen this woman on the big screen ever in my life.
No, literally,
and I've not seen her in a movie. I've not seen her in any project in literally years, almost a decade. I'd say. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, no. Getting into our final, I guess, topic of the day. We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl trailer. So the Super Bowl is weeks away at this point. And recently articles have been coming out talking about the confirmed trailers, the rumored trailers, what companies have what going on. And so we have a couple of pretty much confirmed. And then we have a couple of things that we don't really know, some stuff that's in the mix. And then Brantley and I have a couple of opinions on a couple of studio decisions. So we'll get started with the pretty much confirmed. It's pretty much confirmed that we will be getting a Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning TV spot / teaser trailer. This makes sense. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I guess the only like debate here is, will it be like a dialogue based thing or a like no sound? You know how like all the teaser trailers are like no dialogue, no music, just straight action.
That's raw.
What do you think? I think they're gonna go dialogue though. They have to here because it's a spot. Probably. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But I prefer what you said. Like, I like that style a lot more. I think just like showing people like the action and stuff. I think it's just I don't know. I just like that style a bit more for the TV spots. Yeah. But yeah,
I completely agree. And then we're gonna get a teaser or something for the Rihanna Smurfs reboot where she's playing Smurfette.
Dude, I didn't know the thing.
Did not know this was happening. Did not know this was a thing. I didn't know the thing. But yeah, that's happening. We are apparently, and I'm so fucking excited for this. Brantley, I know, does not give a shit about this. Jurassic World teaser trailer.
I'm not tapped.
I am so excited for this shit.
Wait, just the one like Scarlett Johansson and stuff?
Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, Mahershala Ali, Gareth Edwards. Gareth Edwards is directing it, bro.
Hold on.
The creator. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Come on.
I might have to tap into the franchise for this one. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, come on. You can't not be excited for this. Like,
I might have to tap in.
Then we're getting a new TV spot for How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Bro.
Oh, are you not a... Oh.
I mean, personally, I just haven't seen nothing that like looks that interesting. I don't get why we're making this in live action. I'm not gonna lie. Personally,
neither do I.
But this is, I don't know, especially as someone like, and the thing is, I'm not even like a biggest fan in general of the franchise. Like growing up, I wasn't.
Really?
I
love the first film.
Like I want to go back to them, but I've heard it really good. As a kid, they just were a little boring to me. But like I haven't seen them since then, so I want to go back to like the animated films. But this, I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like,
damn,
it hasn't moved me yet. Like the live action.
None of the footage has really moved me, but I hope they show like some like crazy ass shot of like all the dragons flying or some really cool stuff, like actual action, not just like set up shots for all the action like they did in the teaser trailer. And then apparently we're getting our first look at Megan 2.
That makes sense. I
don't really give a shit, but it's happening. You know what I mean? Like I don't care, but it's happening. It is confirmed that we will not be getting a Wicked 2 trailer at the Super Bowl this year. The only reason I mention this, oh, thank God it's crazy. No. But the only reason I mention this is because Wicked 1 got a trailer last Super Bowl and it got 40 million views. Like it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked
it did really well.
Played back, especially because the Wicked hype is still like at a high.
But I think that's why they're not doing it. Because like, brother, it's in every single Oscar conversation. Got 10 nominations.
But like you could use that for hype though. I feel like you could be like the Oscar-nominated film, 10 nominations, getting a sequel, Wicked Part 2.
I will, but the thing is, I think that turns away Oscar voters because we always know that like the Part 1s and like the first half of it doesn't really get.
That's true.
Like if Part 2 is getting so much buzz, then they're gonna be like, oh, we'll just vote for Part 2 later. Like fuck Part 1. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it goes. That's how it went with Dune Part 1, and it's gonna go with Part 2 until Messiah. You know what I mean? I think that's just how it goes. And okay, so the main thing with the TV spots to talk about is the fact that Disney has 2 big TV spots, but we'll talk about that in just a second here because I wanted to first mention the Warner Brothers thing. So Brantley, for context, texted me either this morning or yesterday about this. And I actually think I have an excuse for you, Brantley. Like, I think I have a rational, like, reason, okay?
All right.
Warner Brothers, for the last 19 years, they've only ever advertised one TV spot at the Super Bowl. And it is for the all-time superhero box office flop, The Flash. They have never once promoted any of their films as like a regular Super Bowl TV spot.
Yeah.
And it's not only Superman that they have releasing this year because their shit is stacked. They have Mickey 17. They have Alto Nights, which is the dual role Robert De Niro film, like gangster movie. Yeah. Minecraft movie, Sinners, F1, and Superman. They have all these movies coming out this year. And Superman is only getting a TV spot at the Puppy Bowl. So,
bro, what even is that?
No, wait, I think they're kind of cooking here, bro.
But it's like, bro, this is Superman. And this is like your whole universe, bro. I thought you gotta go big. Like, this is Superman. Everyone knows Superman.
I think they're gonna focus the TV spot on crypto at the Puppy Bowl, obviously. And then they're gonna go full trailer out now, like it's there. You know what I mean? I think that's the move.
Dude, I don't know, bro. Like,
I don't think this is a Warner Brothers thing. Like, I don't think this is that.
I'm just like, I don't think it's like, it's just weird to me though. Cause it's like you have one of like probably the most iconic superhero ever, bro. And you're not gonna put
They never advertise at the Super Bowl.
One of the biggest events of the year, bro. And like we have a whole universe riding on this movie. Like everything. Yeah. What do you have to really lose though? That's my thing. Like, what's really there to lose at this point? Like everything is riding on this movie. Like. And, like, it's just like, damn. Like, I get it, Puppy Bowl, like, I guess. But it's just, like, to me, I just think I would, like, you know? I mean, I'm not, you know, an executive or anything. I was like, I just think, like, everyone's watching this game. Like, Superman, iconic. Like, why not get the most eyes on it possible? Like, oh, Superman movie's coming out. Like, at least to get it, like, on people's minds type of thing.
I think it just unnecessarily inflates the budget. Like, that's the way I view it. Is like, like, bro, cool. Like, because you think about it also, like, the Disney spots, we'll get into in a second here. Brother, I have a feeling they're going to fucking promote Captain America Brave New World. That's my feeling. Is like, genuinely...
that does come out, like, the week after. Damn.
Yeah. Like, I genuinely am like, I don't think it's going to be... I don't think the Super Bowl is the time to debut some big new thing.
Oh, why not though? Like it's a Super Bowl, bro.
Because people are too busy watching the game.
But that's
you can't.
like,
you can't. No, you can't.
TV,
no. You cannot. You cannot put the full trailer on TV. It's just a spot. It's always a TV
like
spot.
A spot though. Like people, like I think they were like remember that. Like I'm thinking like, bro, like people would remember like even you're watching the game and shit. Like you're just like casually at TV. You glance, you see Superman, bro, like flying. Like bro, that's gonna still. Like, oh, Superman, like that shit's coming out. Like the kids, like bro, mom, dad, like look, like bro, it's Superman. Like there's kids that are like 5, 6, 7 that never had a Superman movie come out in their lifetime, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
I'm like, they don't even like know what that feels like to see him on like their television. Probably like that's insane. Like
I do agree with you. I don't know if James Gunn wants. I think James Gunn would rather shell out that money somewhere else.
That's understandable. I as a person, so I want this movie to like do well regardless. Like,
yeah, 100%.
I'm tired of seeing like DC struggle. Like, because I feel like they have like they're cooking in some aspects. I want like these other projects to like get funded and stuff. Like, I want this movie to like succeed as much as it can. So I don't know. I just want the best for this movie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I agree. I don't know. I'm excited to see if they. My theory is they're still gonna drop a trailer again, because like we got teaser trailer about like December. I think we'll get like full trailer, at least if not February, at least in March. Getting into the final, I guess, little segment of this. So Disney has 2 TV spots. They have 2 TV spots locked down. There are a couple of options. I went through an article that listed their highest options, and then I also went through and just noted down a couple of movies.
Yeah.
Captain America Brave New World comes out February 14th. February 14th? Does it come out on February 14th? Yeah. February Valentine's Day is on a Friday. That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, February 14th. Captain America Brave. Captain America Brave New World is what the couples will be seeing this year.
Like military propaganda.
Yeah. I think it's guaranteed one of these spots. Like this is their last like Hail Mary fucking effort of like get people out there. I don't think it's gonna work at all whatsoever, but I think that's their mindset. It has to be.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I feel like this is definitely like their last resort. Like, yo, like why not? Let's throw it out here. Honestly, I don't know if this movie is gonna like succeed like box office wise. I'm not
gonna
very
make
confident.
Like $2, I think.
Like I feel like it's gonna be actually like low key a major flop. Like hopefully I'm wrong, but like, dude, like bro. Especially, bro, we're in Trump's America, bro. Like, Captain America's black, bro. Like, it's chopped, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm like, kind of scared to go to the... I'm glad I'm hitting the press screening, bro, because I might get hate crime if I go to normal screening, bro.
For real, bro. Dude, they're going bro, DEI cap, bro. Like, that's insane, bro. Like, bro, it's not looking good for this movie. Like, I'm going to see it, but I don't think it's going to be, like, a huge hit.
Next up, their next film after that is Snow White, which comes out on March 21st. I don't think this is going to get a teaser. Like, I don't think there's any shot. Because I think Snow White's big enough, but I think since it's already been delayed so much, their next movie after that is Thunderbolts, May 2nd. So I thought we were going to get 2 MCU trailers. I just think they're going to do one MCU, one non-MCU. So that's why I kind of take Thunderbolts out of the contention, you know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, it sucks because of course, there's one that I think the people I really would want from the MCU as well, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do Thunderbolts.
They did do an international trailer during D23 Brazil, which was really, really good. I really liked that trailer. I personally am very excited for this. I'm actually. Maybe it's because that screener just hit the inbox today, like the invite, but I'm kind of excited for Brave New World. You know what I mean? Like they kind of got me in, bro. Like I've seen that trailer way too many times. Like it is ingrained in my mind.
I'm so tired of seeing
You're not Steve Rogers. That shit's so tough. Bro. Like it's so fire, bro.
The freaking like cherry blossom trees, my bro. I'm so tired of seeing that, bro. Like, oh my god,
I love it. Their next film is Lilo and Stitch, which comes out on May 23rd. this is my prediction. I think they're going full trailer for Lilo and Stitch.
Month at this point, Jesus, like Disney.
Brother, they have like 3 movies a month for the rest of this year. It's crazy.
I'm like Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Lilo and Stitch, then me fantastic.
Snow White, Elio. They got that Pixar movie Elio. Fantastic Four is also Disney. Yeah, it's crazy. We have no real footage of Lilo and Stitch other than that one thing of him saying the N-word and jumping through the like paper thing. Dude, it is so bad. It's so bad.
It sounds too close.
It's so bad. It's so bad. You know what I'm saying, though. You know, like he is literally saying a slur. So we have nothing but that. So I think this is my pick and prediction. Like, I think we're going Lilo and Stitch teaser, TV spot, trailer online. I think that's what we're getting.
I can see that. I wouldn't be too mad at that. I mean, I think that makes sense. I mean, I think one MCU, one MCU definitely makes sense. Bro, I need a fan four stick soon. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So we'll get into that in just a second here. Elio is the last movie. Pixar, June 13th. No one's watching that shit. So Fantastic Four. Fantastic. By the way, I thought Elio already came out.
Yeah, but wait, hasn't the trailer been like on YouTube for like a year, like 2 years or some shit?
Yes. So I did a Pixar ranking after the last Pixar movie.
Oh my God.
And Elio was the last movie, and I was like, guys, I'm not going to lie. I thought I did my homework. I am not prepared for this. When did Elio come out? How did I miss this? Blah, blah, blah. Brother, this trailer's been online for like 2 years. I saw the teaser trailer poster for Elio in the AMC from our hometown like 3 years ago.
Bro, like literally what happened to this movie, bro? You know, I'm looking right now. Dude, Elio teaser June 13th, 2023, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's in 2 years. 2 years.
That's insane.
I don't know. It's crazy. But obviously getting to the final movie to talk about here, Fantastic Four. So, rumor mill is saying we're supposed to get a first look / teaser trailer thing.
I need that.
Hypothetically, in a world where that, like, not our universe, obviously, where we do get this teaser trailer, I have a pitch for what I think it should be. Brilliant. I'll let you cook one up really quick, but I think it should be a non-movie shot. Like, I think it should be a 30-second teaser trailer of, like, again, and this isn't like a full trailer online thing at all. Straight 30 seconds of. Now, I don't know if this might be a little too much aura, but like them walking out of a black shadow and it's just the light hitting them and the whole Fantastic Four team in their suits. Like fully CGI thing, just our characters walking up, the Giacchino score blasting in the background and the Fantastic Four First Steps logo fading into the screen. Cut to black, release date, cut to black. That's it.
I was kind of thinking along like that same logic. I think it should be something that's like kind of subtle. Like, I like that a lot. I think like in my head I had to where
no movie footage.
I don't know. In my head I had to where it was like maybe like I don't know, like not showing like their faces or like that, but like an idea maybe like we open it up close up, we see like a rock hand. Like, we see, like, a fire hand, a force field hand.
Invisible hand? Like a transparent?
Yeah, something like that. And then we see, like, just, like, maybe, like, it pans up and we see, like, the four and it just fades or something like that. Like, that would be tough, like, just the four. I think it should be something subtle, like, how we have it, though. Like, nothing too crazy, just something very subtle. And, yeah, and of course, the score, that's going to go crazy. Like, it's, like, a max aura, like, type of, like, TV spot, bro. Like,
dude, it would be so fired. Okay, you just pitched that shot. I'm going to go one better. The Thing's hand is the biggest, so it's just one shot. It's just one shot of all of their hands, but you see everyone's hand through the last person's. You know what I mean?
Go crazy,
bro. Dude, oh my God, I need this trailer so bad. The thing is, okay, and also they could do movie footage. I mean, they're done filming the movie, but I think they do like whatever teaser, whatever we just described, and then Fantastic Four logo, or they do like what James Gunn did is like. From the visionary mind of James Gunn, or like this summer, and then just boom, 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 boom. No dialogue, nothing. Like Mission Impossible style shit, bro.
That could go
like
crazy.
Straight aura, like just 10 clips. Boom, 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 boom. Release date. Cut it. Give me that. Give me that.
That could go crazy.
Oh, man.
I think it's so many different directions. Also, I was thinking you could have it where it's like before they even get the powers, like maybe they're all like in like astronaut suits, and you think, oh, like space movie. Then you see something, and it's like, oh, that's the Fantastic Four. Like something just subtle, like maybe I don't know, and they're like, oh,
just
it's
like
the
a patch,
Fantastic
just
Four.
like a patch.
Yeah,
on
like
oh my
shoot,
god,
it's the Fantastic Four.
oh
Like
shit,
that could go
that's
so
good.
crazy.
That's good. Yeah, I think, because I will say I do want a little bit of CGI. Like I do want a little bit of like tangibility of like we are getting the superhero team. You know what I mean? So like that's why I'm saying if it's a non-movie shot with movie level CGI, like yeah, that's a lot of budget, but that shit would look tough as fuck. Like that would be really, really cool.
That would be worth it.
Yeah, I mean that pretty much wraps up everything we were going to talk about this week. We got through a lot of stuff in just under an hour here. But yeah, Brennan, you have anything else to say before we wrap it up?
Nah, man, it's a lot of exciting things coming up. I mean, I feel like January itself was already packed with news. I mean, and
we're only first month in.
That's what I'm saying. We got the shows, the year, Neighborhood, Invincible. Right after that, we got Daredevil. Like, bro, the movie's still coming in between that too. It's like, dude, it's just crazy. Like, it's a crazy year.
We're booked and busy. We will be doing a Super Bowl, like the week of the Super Bowl, we'll do a breakdown of all of the trailers and like our quick thoughts on all of them, probably an extra episode that week, so that should be pretty fun. But again, that wraps up episode 3 of Beyond the Frame. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you made it this far, let us know what you thought of all of the TV shows, movies, and news that we talked about this week. Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.